We're talking about the Metaspeed Sky Paris. In this video, we're going to give you a race day review of the Metaspeed Sky Paris from Asics. I just wrapped up the Delaware Running Festival Marathon where I ran a 3:12:12, gave it my all, and this was the shoe I had on my feet. So in this video, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and honestly my overall opinion of how this handled a marathon. I use this a lot on speed workouts and on training runs, but again, race day is just a little bit different of a beast. This shoe was provided to me by Asics, but they have no idea what I'm going to say in this video, and they'll never have a say in what I say about their shoes. Now, before I jump into my race day review, hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. You know you want to. It helps the channel and it costs you nothing. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris. To kick it off, I'm going to talk about the things I liked about this shoe. There's a lot of things I like about this shoe. I'm not going to exaggerate. The biggest one for me for running 26.2 miles, actually a little bit longer than that, was the weight. This feels so freaking light on foot. I know with the measurements saying you read the tech specs and everything like that, honestly, it felt great underfoot for the whole 26 miles. At no point did I wish, wow, I wish I was wearing a lighter shoe. The other thing I really like personally was the heel counter. I like a more structured heel counter. The Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris has a heel counter that just works for my foot. Honestly, I locked it in and I didn't have to worry about it. I never felt like my shoe was slipping off. I never had heel slippage. It just got the job done. The other thing is this thing is very breathable. I mean, it's pretty much see-through. If you don't like the socks you're wearing, you might not want to wear this shoe because you're going to see this. It's extremely breathable. So when you're running those 26 plus miles, it honestly felt fantastic. Now, I personally had a really nice weather day. I think it topped out about 55 degrees, overcast, no wind at all, but it did help that my feet were able to breathe. The longer you run, your feet are going to expand, and honestly, the upper allowed my feet to expand. It allowed them to breathe, and at no point did I feel like I was getting blisters or hot spots. Honestly, look at both of my feet. I have 0 blisters. And to run 26 miles and have 0 blisters is freaking awesome. You know, but honestly, the magic is the foam here. It's so comfortable and it's so nice. I was able to click off the miles, feel really fast in the shoe, going uphill, downhill, straightaways, and it just did this job. You know, the Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco, it's a long name, but honestly, it worked for me. I've run in a lot of super shoes, like a lot, and this just got the job done. I was able to keep like in 6:40 to 7-minute pace very easily. And when I got tired, I'm talking about really tired at the end of the race, when I hit that wall and I went more closer to like a 7:20, 7:30, it still felt really good there. Sometimes I find with super shoes, if you're going super fast and staying on your toes, it's perfect. It really is. But I found other shoes, when you slow it down a little bit, it feels like you're fighting the shoe. I truly believe the Paris can handle a lot of different paces. It did for me. I mean, I went through the gauntlet of paces there, especially when I hit the wall. Overall, I also think with this type of shoe, it can handle anywhere you strike. Obviously, you want to be trying to get the forefront, but at the end of a marathon, I'm not the only one. Maybe I am, I don't know. You guys tell me. My form sometimes struggles a little bit, and I definitely was striking more in the middle on the heel, and I think this shoe can handle that type of strike. So honestly, a lot of really things I did like about this shoe. It did an amazing job. So again, the fit, no heel slippage, the foam, right there. It was good. All right, while I am a positive guy, there were a couple things that kind of bothered me about this shoe. The first one is the tongue. It is paper thin, and I like that because, again, it's very breathable. But when you are getting this shoe on, I definitely had to fidget a lot with this. I wanted to make sure it was flat. I didn't want any type of, overlap at all. for the pure fact I don't want to blister on the top of my foot. So, you know, it wasn't a deal breaker, but it is one of those things I want to point out. Before the race, I was readjusting this to make sure when I tied it and I cinched it, it worked out really nicely. The other thing I want to point out too, while it was extremely breathable and it did a great job, I had no real issues with that. And, you know, the one thing I do want to point out is, and it's a stupid one, but when you're drinking and somebody drops water, because it is see-through, your shoe got soaked. My sweat got through there, it got soaked. Now, it definitely did a good job getting, you know, letting the water out and things like that, but I do want to point that out. I know that's a stupid one, but I had a couple times where I went to go through a water station and somebody dropped their water, got on my shoe, got my socks pretty soaked. Again, not a deal breaker, but one of those weird things I didn't know until it happened to me, so I just want to point it out. And really the overarching thing, while I love the foam, I really do, it's definitely a little bit on the firmer side. It's definitely not the squishiest foam, and honestly, that's why I picked it. I had a lot of turns in this one, and I liked how this handles the curves, but I will say by the end, and again, 26 miles is a long time, my bottom of my feet were hurting a little bit. Nothing crazy. I didn't get blisters or anything, but I can definitely feel that the bottom of my feet were definitely, you know, uncomfortable a little bit. Mile 24 to 26, I definitely felt it the most. So that's something I want to point out. If you do like a more squishy shoe, or you want maybe not to have that, you know, at the end, again, 26 miles is a lot. Any shoe might do that. I did it with the Vaporfly in my previous marathon. So again, just one of those things I want to point out. I definitely felt a little discomfort here at the end of the race. Again, not a deal breaker because it felt fantastic throughout the whole marathon. But again, that one thing. And honestly, that's it for dislikes, which is saying a lot about a shoe. All right, so the verdict. Honestly, this is probably the number one question I've gotten besides congratulations. Would I pick this shoe again? The answer is yes. If I was doing a marathon in a month and it had a lot of turns, yes, this is the shoe I am picking. It did the job. I set a big goal for myself and I didn't necessarily hit it, but I can honestly tell you it had nothing to do with the shoe. If anything, this definitely helped me. If you're a person with big goals and you're a person that's trying your hardest and you're going to be pushing the pace, but you also might know when you hit the wall, you're going to slow it up. This shoe can definitely do that, and not all super shoes can. I do feel like some super shoes, when you slow it down, it's just not that fun. It becomes uncomfortable. You're fighting the shoe. So in short, I would wear this again. I will absolutely be wearing this again. This is not I finished this marathon, I'm chucking the shoe out. No, this is staying in my rotation. Asics definitely has themselves one of the top shoes out there. This is definitely a top 3 to me. The foam is fantastic. The upper is fantastic. It's just super comfortable. For 26 miles to have a shoe that I can run fast in and be comfortable in, what else could you ask for? Let me know. Have you tried this shoe yet? If so, what are your thoughts on it? If you tried it in the marathon distance, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Did it do the job? Would you wear this again? Again, I would, but I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks for checking out this race day review, and until next time, I'll see you all on the run.